This is the last 24 hours. Okay. Click image to see live video. This is live video, okay. If you like this video, check out the long-term solar videos. Click here. Last 30 days. Let's see this one. Oh boy. Oh jeez. I'm due for a shave, eh? It's Movember though. Uh-oh. I got coronavirus. Oh my god, so beautiful. The last 30 days of the sun. What's happened to me in the last 30 days? I was supposed to start a long fast, no food, but I just came up with excuse after excuse to eat, and it really takes energy to digest, so I didn't really get much done. I didn't broadcast. Although I only ate from this list. So out of this list, I'll just go down what I had. I had a lot of almonds, apple cider vinegar. I think I tasted them. My mom made some steamed artichoke. I might have had a little bit of that. I didn't have any Brussels sprouts. I like that though. It didn't have any cannabis, no cherry. I believe I may have had some cilantro in a soup. Cucumber, plenty of that. Little chia. No eggplant, no flax, no goji. I had herbs. No kale. I don't know if I had lettuce. I did have macadamia. Shout out to Hawaii Surfer. Sent me a big old box of macadamia. Oh man, I definitely, that was the first thing I ate. Had some macadamias. I didn't have any millet in the past month. I did have nutritional yeast. I had some orange. None of this, none of that, none of that. I had some pumpkin, had some radish, some spice, some tea. No amaranth. I had apricot, avocado. No Brazil nut. I had buckwheat noodles, 100% so 100% buckwheat soba noodles, which let me just look up here because there's a special type of buckwheat. My Instagram right here at Luke Kumo, and we're gonna go down a bit. We're gonna go down a bit because it's been a while, but I do remember posting. I do remember posting. Let's see here. bear with me. I'll find it. Hmm. I think I'm on day, what's today? Monday. So I ate Saturday. I didn't eat yesterday, Sunday. I didn't eat today, Monday. So I'm on day two. I'm at like 48 hours pretty much. No food. Oh, here it is. Okay, real soba noodles, 100% buckwheat, has no wheat, is actually made from rutabaga seed. Okay. That's not the post that I was looking for though. Let's find it. It's a special type that they call in Asia. It's a special type of buckwheat. We're gonna find it though. Jeez, I'm actually getting more hungry looking. A lot of food on my page. All health food though. You won't find anything but Master Luki recipes on my page here. That's one thing I didn't cheat on at all. It's been over 5 years now. Okay, we're gonna find it. I don't think it's been this far back though. I hope I didn't pass it, because then I'll have to go back up. Hmm. Definitely, definitely went too far. It's not this far down. Can't be. The stuff is like years old here. Couple years old. All right, we're gonna have to go back up. Yeah, this is. This is too far. Mmm. All right, let's go. All right, is this? It's not this far though. Somewhere between where I just was and here. Let's go a little slower. Mm, I mean, maybe I'll just look it up. Let's do that because let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna change over to my other computer here because the keyboard is. I have my gaming keyboard attached to that computer, but I am gonna use it for something. So don't look at my password here. Okay, question from Rick. Let's get to that in a minute. Um, Soba. Soba is the Japanese name for buckwheat. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was noodle. Soba is the name for buckwheat. Soba contains all 8 essential amino acids. How about that? Including lysine, which is lacking in wheat noodles. The eating of soba arose in the Edo period, which is between 1603 and 1868. Okay, so it's relatively recent, I guess. Varieties of soba noodles. Buckwheat is ready for harvest in 3 months, allowing four crops a year, mainly in spring, summer, and autumn. In Japan, buckwheat is produced mainly in Hokkaido. Soba that is made with newly harvested buckwheat is called shin soba. It is sweeter, and more flavorful than regular soba. Um, okay, here we go. Tawari soba or Juwari soba. That's the kind of soba that I eat. It's made from 100% buckwheat, no wheat in there. Rick, what's up? Just hit a PR on Power Snatch, my second workout of the day while fasting. Amazing, bro. Congrats. I worked out today. I did all right. It was grappling. Here's your question. Um, have you ever asked Dr. Job about child development, like different ages where children's brains and bodies develop certain neurological pathways, and the best types of exercise for children as they develop mind body connection? Well, I'm going to look that up right now. Best exercises for children. Best exercises for children, bro. Let's look up by upload date. Okay, so these are the most recent videos. Get this out of your way. 8 best exercises for kids and their benefits.
Remember to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update from First Cry Parenting.
Swimming. Okay. I used to do a swimming exercise for fighting. What I would do is say I was fighting 3 5-minute rounds and then 1 minute break in between each round. So I I actually had to get a doctor's note because the pool that I was using, they wouldn't let you wear a mask unless you had a doctor's note. So, and I didn't want to keep bringing my head out of the water. I just wanted to keep my head down and just do the strokes. So I wanted to use a snorkel. So I had to get a doctor's note. And then what I did was, um, sorry, it's past 10 p.m. here. But I'm committed to doing this show every night, so I'll just have to get used to it. So I would do 5 minutes of basically sprinting, because fighting is like sprinting, pretty much. If somebody's coming at you with everything they got, you have to sprint just to be able to not get outworked, basically. So I would sprint for 5 minutes, take a 1 minute rest, sprint for another 5 minutes, take a 1 minute rest, sprint for another 5 minutes, as best as I could, because swimming is tough. You probably know that, but to me, that was swimming is probably the best, and it's such a great exercise for fighting, because grappling it uses a lot of upper body, and it's different than running. Running is a lot of lower body. Grappling would be more like swimming. This says swimming is a good breathing exercise. Okay, because it's using such large muscle groups, you got to really take in a lot of oxygen. Great for building endurance and muscle strength. 100%. I'm going to mute that. It says this water-based fun exercise should be carried out on an empty stomach. Skating. See, I don't agree with this. Um, I don't agree with this because although it's fun, it puts it's not a natural movement. And cycling, I don't agree with this one either. I could see why this video, it might be industry sponsored to sell things. I mean, we're talking about very common activities here, so you know, a lot of kids have bikes and skates, so whatever. Skipping, okay. Jump rope, I do a lot of that. It says your child may take some time, but once they do, they'll have a lot of fun. Repetitive jumping movements can help in strengthening the leg muscles and aids in channeling your child's energy in the right manner. So, it does take energy. Most people, I'll give you for instance, last Thursday, I have a client who I train 3 times a week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for an hour each day. Um, he pays me $250 a month, and he gets 3 hours per week, so that's 12 hours per month. On a 4-week cycle. So he's paying about $20 an hour. That's a good deal. I probably could get more from people, but I like structuring the pay to get a monthly lump sum. It just helps me, you know, with my purchases better. Um, I generally, have large purchases. Like I pay $80 a month for internet. So instead of getting maybe 30 or $40 for a lesson, then I got to save from a couple lessons. I just know that, so I can plan out my month. I'm gonna have $250 from this guy, so 100 of that we'll say will go towards um, internet and stuff like that. Anyway, so he's overweight. He's got a lot of fat from, I would probably assume, dairy, being raised on dairy, because it's got the growth factor in there, the hormones, um, just the way that his body is built. Um, I would say it's the hormones from dairy. Probably was formula fed with the cow formula. So he's the one of those people who is trying to burn fat, which doesn't really work the way that people think it does. You don't actually burn fat. Um, you could go into a calorie deficit, but if you're eating a standard American diet, you would literally have to work out probably 6 hours a day to burn off all those calories. Most people are having, thousands and thousands of calories in one sitting. And, I've never counted calories. I only do cleansing. And to me, that's the best way to lose weight because it gets rid of all the junk. The fat cells are used to store acid. So when you flush the liver out, the fat cells are able to drain. I was watching a video today. which I'll pull up in a second, about the snake diet. He says the fastest way to lose fat, weight, and water weight is hard, dry fasting. So I think what I'm going to do is do 7 days fastings, which I started yesterday, and then next week I'm going to try that because I never did the dry fast before. But if I get down like I have been getting down into the 40s, like the 145, 150 pound mark, uh, and I still have a small amount of abdominal fat, I think I might have to do that hard dry fasting. So I'll probably start that next Sunday. Yes, Rick, the liver flush helps fat cells dump toxins 100%. The fat cells, the last place they are lost, which is the lower abdominal fat, is the first place that they're gained. The the first place that fat, is quote deposited. Um, the first place that that fat is deposited is right on top of the intestine there, and that's a direct result of the inflammation that's going on. So that's the whole. That's what I'm. That's where I'm at right now. Which I got rid of all the fat everywhere else by cleansing, cleaning up my diet, doing liver flushing, and now where I'm at, I actually have to rest the intestine completely, which I'm doing this week by not eating, and then next week I'm starting that hard dry fast. So the guy with the snake diet, he says 7 days. You should be able to do 7 days, 3 to 7 days. If you have low fat already, maybe 3 days, but I'm definitely gonna do at least 3 days. Anyway, let's see, Nate. I'm gonna get into Michaela Peterson in 1 second that you asked that question, but let me just finish what I was saying. So about the jump rope here, my student, he came in last week and he started jumping rope, and I was changing because we were gonna work out together. I work out with my clients most of the time, and so I'm changing, and I come out. He's jumping rope for like 2 3 minutes already. And then I grab my jump rope and I set the bell for 5 minutes. I like to jump rope for at least 10 minutes, but I figured I'd give him a break because he was jumping rope already, so I put it at 5 minutes. So he's taking breaks every 10 jumps. He's stopping jumping rope. He's walking around, and so he goes, "You want me to keep jumping rope?" I started at whatever time it was. I've been jumping rope for like 5 minutes. I said, "Bro, you came here to work out. Did you not? What do you want? You want a light workout, bro?" Oh my god. I got triggered. I got triggered because he didn't wait for me. He was impatient for me to change, so he started jumping rope without me saying anything. And then he goes, "Oh, we usually jump rope for 5 minutes." I'm just like, "No, we usually jump rope for 10 minutes, bro." Ugh. I gotta be more patient with these people. Uh, it's not easy to jump rope. I mean, I got used to it. I jump rope for 25 minutes. So I'm getting ready for my black belt test in MMA, which is under my own system, and my black belt test is a 25-minute challenge. It's 25 minutes of sparring, but I'm preparing by doing everything 25 minutes. So I do jump rope for 25 minutes. When it's me by myself, like the guy's paying me, so I'm not just going to say a jump rope for 25 minutes. There's other stuff that we do. But if it's me by myself, I jump rope for 25 minutes. It's the best. I mean, not the best, but Dr. Jubb actually said that trampoline's better because it has a rounded bottom. Jump rope has a flat bottom, so it's a little more high impact. And trampoline's better because it stimulates lymph flow. So they have something called a rebounder. That's like a personal trampoline That's really good. You do 20 to 25 minutes on that, you actually get a good workout. And I field tested that. So out of this list so far, we got swimming and jump rope. I think this is the last one coming up. Jogging, okay. See, I don't think jogging's good either. That should be sprinting. We'll say running. Running helps in elevating the mood and... Hold on, let's go back. It's quick. Running helps by elevating mood and is beneficial for heart and brain. Okay. You can get them to run every day. It stimulates immunity. Okay. I can see that. Oh, dancing. Dancing, okay. Total body workout. I mean, it's not much of a workout. It might be a little cardio, but you're not doing any strength. Precision and coordination. Stairs, okay. Stairs. It's a great workout for your legs. Good breathing exercise, works your stamina. Interesting game, okay. Fun with running games. Alright, we're going to fast forward. This is getting a bit much. Fun with running games. Okay, and that's it. Alright, well, you know, Rick, I'm obviously a bit biased because I'm in the business, but I think martial arts is the best because, first of all, it's full body exercise, it's cardio and strength. Okay, so you got the total package there. Plus, it teaches a valuable mindset, which is about achievement and struggle and battling, which I believe that could be helpful. And discipline. You know, discipline will get you through a struggle. And there's a little bit, now it's mostly internal motivation, but there's a little bit of external motivation when you get into sparring because you have other people that are pushing you. And I think that's valuable also, you know, the working with other people, the socialization, some of the people that I care most about in my life, I've met through martial arts. People that I fight with, you know, that make me better. I think also for kids it can be fun, especially kids that are kind of like rowdy, you know, rough and rowdy. They like to horse around. I think martial arts is the best for that. But you know, all sports you could say comes from fighting. You know, there's only one sport that bear cubs do, and that's wrestling. There's only one sport that animals do, and that's wrestling or fighting. So you could say it's the most natural of all physical activities. You know, that's even beyond fitness training. You know, monkeys don't do push-ups. They might do pull-ups and stuff like that, but that's just how they are. So, but it's the yin yang type of thing. Fighting and fitness goes together. You can't have one without the other. Okay, so Nate wants to hear about Michaela Peterson. Okay, so I think what you're asking is that she's on a carnivore diet. So now, some people say, you know, carnivore diet. Some people say vegan diet. Some people say, you know, frugivore diet. Frugivore is a fruit diet. So what we'll do is we'll just go to my website here, and I'm going to talk about the carnivore diet and why She's what's the word? She's gone to that. She's gotten to that. So this is lifefoodcertified.com. We have, let's see, can I zoom in here? Oh shit. This is my other computer. Hold on. Maybe I can zoom. Here we go. Okay. Oh, what the hell? What was that? All right. We gotta zoom out here now. All right. Londos. So. All right. So you have carnivore, omnivore, herbivore, frugivore, and human. Now I go over this a lot, so I'm just gonna do it quickly. You have optimal diet. You have, and that's across here. You have meats and plants. So carnivore is meat, omnivore is meats and plants, herbivore is grass, basically leaves and grass. Frugivore is fruits, and then we should say under here veggies, nuts, and seeds. I'm going to omit this legumes here because those actually are indigestible. And that was discovered by my teacher, Dr. David Jubb. That legumes actually are something called anti-nutrients. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to type that on my other computer. Hold on. I have that somewhere over here. This is my Instagram. Where is it? Where is it? Um. All right. Whatever. You can look it up. Legumes are anti-nutrients. Okay, so Nate, go down this list here. You have one, vision, brain chemistry, circadian rhythm, mouth opening versus head size. So a carnivore has a large mouth opening compared to the size of its head. Uh, a frugivore, an animal which has evolved to eat fruits, veggies, nuts, and seeds, has a small to medium size mouth opening versus head size. And that's what we have. Jaw type, jaw angle, jaw joint location, jaw motion and mastication, necessity of chewing food, facial muscles, major jaw muscles, teeth, tongue, salivary, stomach. All right, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Actually, no, it's 43 because optimal diet doesn't count. 43 characteristics that put us in the same category as other animals that eat fruits, veggies, nuts, and seeds. So, if you talk to Michaela Peterson, she might, or you talk to other people who are carnivores, they might use certain forms of reasons like it works for them. Other things I've heard people say is, oh, well, when humans started eating meat, their brains got bigger or something, or smaller. I don't know what they say. It's a high testosterone, but that's not true. So what happens is this, and the reason why it may work for Michaela Peterson is that it has to do with something called pleomorphism. So what we have in our intestine is a garden of bacteria. Now, just like what happens in the soil, the bacteria have a relationship with our cells, the cells that line our intestine. So when you have food that comes in, the bacteria work with that food and then release nutrients to us. So what we actually are consuming, or excuse me, what we actually absorbing is a byproduct of the digestion of bacteria. And that's how our intestines work. But Michaela Peterson, over the years, ended up with a celiac condition from grains. That's the number one thing that scars the intestine. So you end up with a much smaller surface area and little to no nutrient absorption. You're supposed to have cannulas along the intestine, and then somebody with celiac ends up with scarification of the intestine, inflammation all over the place, pain and discomfort when they eat. They would have to do a lot of cleansing and resting of the intestine so that it can heal. But if somebody goes to a carnivore diet, they might have an easing of the symptoms because the blood of the animal is being absorbed. So it could be easier to absorb than products that you have to actually work with. But if you have no bacteria or little to no healthy bacteria, you're not going to be able to get the nutrition of things that you've eaten. So when somebody switches to a carnivore diet, it's easier for them to digest because all they're doing is absorbing the blood of the animal and the tissue of the animal that breaks down into the blood. The problem with that is it's like dirty fuel that has a burn off. So there's always a side effect to carnivore diet. There's parasites. So once somebody goes full carnivore, they hardly ever come back. All the guys that are on carnivore diet have to take steroids because the chemical composition of the meat, it causes the hormones of the person to be shut down because they're relying on everything from the dead animal. You can survive on animals, but you become dependent. What I'm teaching you is to be self-sufficient. Somebody who's on a carnivore diet, very few can do fasting. I know of one guy who's on the snake diet, and he's pretty much a carnivore when he goes off the snake diet. But you can see when he speaks what has happened to his system. It's almost like a Tourette's. It's like a Tourette's syndrome, which is a lack of minerals to conduct charge. So it's like a flickering of a light bulb and a shakiness. So let's watch his newest video because I actually got a little bit out of it. But if you could watch how somebody could be kind of like... Now he's playing it up for the camera. He's yelling at the camera. But what he's not playing up is something that he has no control over, which is the muscles that are involved in his speaking, which is his breathing and his vocal cords, and they're spasming. It's a very slight spasm, but you might be able to notice it. I certainly did. And that's from having inorganic minerals and cooked up minerals from the meat. And he does inorganic minerals in his snake juice. But let's see if we can get something out of this.
Hey, fatty! For all you fat fucking cunts that insist on losing the weight yesterday, here's the fastest fucking way to lose body fat. The fastest fucking way to lose body fat. Hard, dry fasting, motherfucker. Hard, dry fasting. You can't lose body fat faster any other way. You can't. It's impossible. Hard, dry fasting. What's a fucking hard, dry fast? No fucking water contact. Period. No fucking showers. No nothing. Nothing. Okay?
Other things you might notice is his kidney tissue on the right side. This is from animal products. There's a cramp in the kidney. The intestine here is lost all its vitality. That's why he's going bald on the left and right side here. This is related to the intestine. His stomach seems to be in decent shape. That's here. And we can't see the back of his head, but the back center of the head is the heart. I would probably venture to guess that he's also balding back there, but he looks pretty young. But you can read the face. You have intestinal distress and loss of vitality and tissue here, which doesn't come back, unfortunately.
Sit there, you don't drink water, you don't fucking eat, and you sit there and burn body fat like a fucking incinerator. Okay? On a fucking 7-day hard dry fast, I personally will lose 14 fucking pounds of pure body fat. 14 fucking pounds. I'll lose 2 pounds a day of pure body fat. My net weight loss on a fucking 7-day dry fast is like 24 fucking pounds, but once I rehydrate and everything, it works out to about 14 fucking pounds. Pure fucking body fat. Okay? You ain't gonna die, fatty. You ain't gonna die. Okay? You can fast, dry, hard for 30 fucking days straight, you fat fucking pigs. Yeah, you're gonna have fucking detox symptoms. It could be a bitch, could be painful. Okay? Yeah, you could. But how fucking fast do you want to lose the weight, motherfucker? How fast? Okay, the world record in the Guinness, a guy got locked in jail. They threw away the fucking key. He was in there for 18 days. He wasn't even fat. And he ended up he lived, okay? He was in there for 18 days and he fucking lived. You ain't gonna die, fatty. You ain't gonna die, okay? You're a fat fucking pig. You got nothing but water on you. Fuck. You're fucking camel, okay? You're fucking camel. Your fucking body fat isn't pure oil. It's fucking water, oil. You burn the body fat. It produces metabolic water. The similar idea to burning fucking gasoline in your car. You get H2O, comes out the exhaust pipe. Okay? You can drive fast indefinitely until you're fucking lean. Okay? I know the pattern. When you start a fucking long drive fast, it's hard in the first couple, 2-3 days. As soon as you get into it, every day feels painfully the same every day. It's the same. It only starts to get hard when you start getting ripped. Okay? That's how I know. Okay? I've done it. The hardest dry fast I ever did, was only a 5-day hard dry fast, but I started at like fucking 8% body fat and I was fucking dead by the time I finished. Okay? That's how I know the 7-day fast I did wasn't even as hard. Okay? If dry fast is too hard for you, obviously snake juice. Snake juice, you'll lose anywhere from half a pound to 1.5 pounds a day of fucking pure body fat, depending on how big you are, metabolism, all that shit. Okay? You'll lose weight the fastest dry fasting. Pure.
Snake juice is like a salt water that he came up with the recipe for. He's actually funny. This guy, yeah. Well, you know, he's a bit over the top, and I think he does that for ratings. He's got, let's see, 20,000 views in one day. That video came out today, and he's already got 20,000 views. So he probably 157,000 subscribers. He probably gets paid from YouTube. But yeah, you know, he's Canadian. Don't hold it against him. And you know, the one thing I could say about all these people on YouTube, they all got some kind of shtick, but I'll fight them. I'll fight them all. When I went to interview for The Ultimate Fighter Season 2, I made it to the second interview. So there was an interview, and then there was another interview with the producers. And the guy said, you know, have you seen the other guys that are here? They're animals, they're beasts, they're big, they're strong. You know, what chance do you have? I said, well, look, the only thing I can promise you is that I will fight. You know, whatever happens, happens, but I will fight. So, you know, this guy, he might be able to talk shit to me, but I'll fight him. I don't care. I'll fight anyone. But does he fight? That's the thing. A lot of people talk trash, but do they fight? And now Canada apparently has and they're not the only ones. Actually, I was on a call today for the Long Island Safety Committee, which is a branch of the New York Assembly, and they're saying that SUNY Old Westbury has a FEMA camp attached to it now. They built and I think they said something about the United Nations. So apparently the United Nations is on U.S. soil, and they're either going to be forcefully vaccinating people or quarantining them. You know, if you don't know what this whole COVID thing is about, it's about the Great Reset, what they call the Great Reset. And I'll do a little more research on it, and so I can speak to you on it. But basically, the Great Reset has to do with everybody being on cryptocurrency, and that being able to be controlled. You can't put cryptocurrency under your mattress to hide it from the government. If you don't do what the government wants, they shut down your account. If you want your money, you got to take your vaccines. You got to do what they want. You know, they might be able to even only let you spend a certain amount of money on food. You know, oh, you spent enough money on food this month, now you can't buy food anymore with your cryptocurrency. Anyway, I thought this was is interesting. The word scary as fuck. That's another word. What is Denmark's proposed epidemic law, and why is it being criticized? The parliamentary hearing period for a proposed new law giving the government extended powers to respond to epidemics expires today. The new epidemic law would replace an emergency law passed in the spring, which gave the government extended powers to intervene in society in order to fight the COVID-19 scam-demic. It's phony. Doesn't exist. As well as enforcing quarantine measures. The existing law empowers the authorities to prohibit access to public institutions, supermarkets, and shops, public and private nursing homes and hospitals, and also to impose restrictions on access to public transport. Recent instances in which the emergency law has been used by the government to implement rules include the partial lockdown of North Jutland and enhanced national restrictions, including assembly limits and mandatory use of face masks, announced in October. The emergency and temporary law from March is now up for a replacement by a new, more permanent law, which would also ensure provisions for governments to respond to future epidemics and pandemics. The end of the hearing period for the new law means that other parties in the public have been able to study the proposed law and raise their own concerns, so the final version of the proposed law may be different from the one currently in circulation. You can read the proposed law in full Danish in its current form via the government website. Some areas in the proposed law that have raised eyebrows include people infected with dangerous diseases can be forcibly given medical examination, hospitalized, treated, and placed in isolation. People infected with dangerous diseases. So you could be asymptomatic COVID and you'd be forced to do whatever they want. The Danish Health Authority would be able to now with the bullshit tests that they use, anybody can pop for COVID. Look at Elon Musk. He had 4 tests. 2 of them came back positive. 2 of them came back negative. You could be under the weather and come in and and test positive for COVID. What they're testing for is your immune cells. They're not testing for any virus because there is no virus. They've never isolated a virus ever. They never isolated the AIDS virus or the HIV virus. There's no such thing. The Danish Health Authority would be able to define groups of people who must be vaccinated in order to contain and eliminate a dangerous disease. People who refuse the above can in some situations be coerced through physical detainment with police allowed to assist. Fucking scary. Oof. Now let me see something here. The Danish Health Authority. Is this the lady that I'm thinking of? Danish Ministry of Health. Let's see. I think I might be thinking of Germany, but I just want to see here. Okay. Magnus Heunicke is a Danish journalist and politician. Well, he's bald, so you don't know shit about health. No offense if you're bald, but that comes from eating meat. You know, shit is scary. Apparently, the COVID scam is being used. Let me look it up while I got you guys here because, you know, I mentioned it, so I should probably talk about it. COVID Great Reset. Now, the thing about YouTube... Oh, here we go. How long is this video? An hour? Oh, jeez. Wow, they're even advertising it. COVID-19, the Great Reset. Holy... The Great Reset. All right, this is the World Economic Forum. Let's see what this is saying. that's propaganda. Oh, look at this. Why we need to rethink capitalism after the coronavirus. Oh, jeez. Let's see what this is.
We want an end to the profit at all costs mentality, because if we don't build an economic future with people at the centre in a sustainable frame where we are respectful of our planetary boundaries and the need to change our energy and technology systems to have a living planet for human beings. The world could fund it right now, and yet 70% of the world's people have no social protection. That's respectful of public services and not simply trying to make profit off them.
I believe it is very important for countries to recognize that, there are some essential services that need to be provided in terms of healthcare, in terms of education, in terms of good governance, in terms of social safety, that cannot be compromised on. This is a virus that doesn't respect borders. It crosses borders, and as long as it is in full strength in any part of the world, it's affecting everybody else. So this requires global cooperation to deal with it. Countries, they have to find ways of raising revenues.
All right, she just said that everybody has to be vaccinated, and the UN, which is the military of the World Economic Forum, is going to be vaccinating everyone. That's what I heard.
And, progressive taxation could be one form of it. We talked about solidarity tax that may be needed in some countries. Nature strikes in ways that we cannot imagine. And we've seen one, and climate change could be even worse. And so we have to prepare for that. But the question is, how do we get a much more planet-friendly way of doing economic activity? What is needed, of course, is to ramp up production of alternative forms of energy. Second, to have infrastructure that's much more climate-friendly. And in both these measures, the public sector can play a very big role.
We set up a new world order after World War II. We're now in a different world than we were then. What can we be doing differently? And the World Economic Forum, I think, has a big responsibility in that as well.
I don't like what's going on with her forehead here. You got the colon, and you got the sigmoid colon, and the sigmoid colon, the ileocecal valve, and the this is the anus. So she's got hemorrhoids, colitis, and leaky gut, and it looks like a brain tumor here that's pushing her eye out. See, I don't trust people who are not healthy. The brain's not functioning.
To be pushing the reset button and looking at how to create well-being for people.
So their goal, their strategy is to destroy the economy, and somehow things are going to be better after that. Like, that's not how the world works. You have to use jujitsu, which is going with energy and turning it, not destroying everything, and then building it back from the ground up. I don't think it's gonna work out for the little guys. So far, what we've seen is the rich getting richer. Bezos, Bill Gates, and then them controlling governments with their money, lobbying and paying people off, and them getting richer and richer. So, Bill Gates is paying for the governments to shut everything down, and then Now there's going to be a vaccine mandate, and then who's making the vaccine? Who's making money on the vaccine, right? I just I don't know, man. I think Robert Kiyosaki is going to give us
So I've got a team of people
more-
that we do a lot of
more
real estate
honest
investing.
interpretation.
But I'm agnostic. I just go where I think I'm going to enjoy spending time, and like
There, right? What was
I
it
did.
like when you grew up?
Oh, it was like
Beautiful city.
Mayberry RFD. It was
Yeah.
like
yeah, because they've just been crushed. Their real estate market peaked out in 2015. The purchasing power is less than it was before they printed the money in the first place.
Would you agree there's two things that happen? Is that when it's called crony capitalism?
Absolutely. Yeah, and
So-
corporatism.
You get all this money, the CEOs get it, they buy back the shares of their stock, which is
That's right.
horrifying thing. But meanwhile, the asset prices go up.
Yeah.
But mom and pop or the homeless on the street,
Yeah.
their consumer price index goes up.
Yeah, that can happen. Or if they do buy assets, they're buying at the top, and the people selling are the insiders that had the money in the first place. They're
I love this
selling.
game.
They're selling
Love
all
this
the way up, right? So, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that the quote unquote insiders that we talked about, that group of people, are actually doing this, but if you think about their incentive structure, they would be incentivized for the economy to do poorly, and for the economy to actually collapse. They would be incentivized to promote things such as negative interest rates, because what that does is that destroys the banking system or the economy. The more the economy is destroyed, the more money printing the central banks will do. Therefore, the richer the insiders get.
That's what they're going to be doing with the universal basic income. Once they crash the economy, they already started with the pandemic stimulus checks, and supposedly 2021 is going to be even more and worse of what they did to us this year.
If you're
Did
not
you,
part
did you
of
wear your mask today? Do you have a
Exactly.
vaccine shot?
exactly,
Did you cross the street?
That's right.
Did you bow?
I'm
You
screwed.
got it. Fed loans you money and you don't pay it back, it doesn't matter. They don't have a profit and loss. So they can start to distribute money. I mean, you want to talk about the Cantillon effect. They can start to distribute it not to whomever they want, but how they want. So instead of giving you a mortgage based on your credit score or your ability to repay the loan, they can do it based on your social score. So if you're
Did
not
you,
part
did you
of
wear your mask today? Do you have a
Exactly.
vaccine shot?
exactly,
Did you cross the street?
That's right.
Did you bow?
I'm
You
screwed.
got it.
So
I'm
let me
going
ask
into
you this.
hiding.
They're talking about a crypto dollar.
Basically, it's like
Is that the
a
same
digital. Yeah, it's a digital dollar. So let's think about this. We all have a bank account. We'll just say B of A, Wells Fargo, whatever, and you get your bank statements every single month, and then you reconcile that with QuickBooks or whatever. So now, if we had a bank account with the Fed, then the Federal Reserve or the government would see every single one of your transactions, especially if there was no cash whatsoever, right? So then every transaction had to go through the Fed or the government. So the amount of power that this would give them
That's
is
central
basically
control.
unlimited.
Yeah, that's really totalitarian communism and all that.
I think it's even worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's electronic. It's
Yeah, yeah.
invisible.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this is happening so lose sleep but I'm saying you got to start thinking about these things and think how these people and the system itself, what the incentives are to think of potential probabilities, so you can make sure that you're not one of those victims we talked about. You can either be prepared or be a victim. It's your choice.
Well, you're right on target here. My next.
See, I don't think it matters if you're prepared or not. If this plan is happening and they got all the money, they'll make it happen fully.
Next book is called The Infinite Returns, and I was doing the Buckminster Fuller ability years ago. He says we're designed to be the architects of the future. not its victim.
Yeah, right.
And so when we come back from this program here, we're going to be talking to George Gammon, like he's the hottest guy on social media in the macroeconomics field.
The Rebel Capitalist
Rebel
podcast.
Capitalist show.
The Rebel Capitalist.
But you're my go-to guy when I want to know something. I just scroll through your all your YouTube talks, and if I have a question on something, I just go to you because you'll explain it to me in three simple terms. So when we come back, I want to talk about what a person can do
Yes.
to
Great.
not be a victim.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
All right, George Gammon.
How these people,
Was so-called started in 1913. For a chance to go to it, it's worth going to. It'll blow your mind. To it. It said the Red Pill Expo was a white supremacist organization.
absolutely not.
It seems like another.
A real estate business, they're from Venezuela. Oh, a quick trivia question. I think you guys will enjoy this. And I posted this on Twitter the other day. So since 1968, what do you think is the best performing stock in the entire stock market since 1968?
I'm going to guess because of your lead in, it's going to be coal based.
No, Altria, tobacco, cigarettes. They're bullish on the emerging statistics and invest within a framework. But as far as what else, go up to Tahoe or what?
Social Security and Medicare, and then all the pensions, because my
approach and see that's very important when you're in the everything bubble.
but something drives us. It's not the money at this. I mean, the money's always interesting, but
Yeah.
what drives you? What's your motivation?
I think I enjoy challenge for sure. Like when I started the YouTube channel, it even I was just obsessing over that just as much as I obsess over macro. And that's one of the things that interests me about Mac is just trying to figure out that 10
I'm just a kid who grew up on G.I. Joe and X-Men. I got into martial arts and nutrition. And, I don't have much left in my life to look forward to except the possibility of creating a League of Champions. So, I don't want to leave you guys off with bad news that there's an elite Illuminati plotting to reduce the population of the world, by 95%. But I just have to report. I'm reporting you in vlog style, so this is what I'm learning about. I'm gonna do some more research tomorrow. Oh God, my neck's real tight because I grappled today and I did a bunch of neck exercises. So whether or not I end up in a United Nations fucking quarantine camp for refusing to be vaccinated, I'm still going for my League of Champions. Londos, I'm still going for it. So I appreciate you guys watching. I believe the one thing that I have is hope. And I believe that hope is somewhere in the frontal cortex. So I have to do things to make sure that I'm getting a full charge through my brain stem up into this area in my brain so I don't get depressed and lose hope. So my health is my number one important thing. I'll just share with you before I go. This is a list that I wrote. It's called Order of Importance. So this is my new logo. I used to have, I still have this, but then I used to write Master Lukey. I shortened it to M.
Ribbit.
And I'll just show you here. So that's just a little embellishment that I did. I took a picture that somebody designed of Mars, the Roman god of war. You see the two wolves there. That's Romulus and Remus, I think. And then I put my face on that, and then it has my logo underneath and the M. So when I write my scrolls, when I write lists and stuff, I make a scroll. I put my stamp on it, my seal. So we have order of importance here. So my number one thing is to heal my intestine, because if I don't have a healthy intestine, first of all, I'm depressed and anxious, and life seems hopeless, meaningless, and I don't get much done. But when I heal my intestine by fasting and healing my intestine, I'm going to have optimal performance for my fighting. I'm going to be mentally as strong as I can be to be able to push forward and do the things that, the rest of the things that are on my list here. So everything comes from me healing my body first. So that's number one. Heal myself. Number two is physical training. So I'm only a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you ever watched any of my UFC fights, I was hit or miss. I either won with my striking or got dominated on the ground. So I have to work constantly on my grappling. Also, I'm not physically strong like a wrestler, because I started late. I started training martial arts when I was 15. I got into kickboxing after I started with Kung Fu, then I got into kickboxing, and then I got into MMA. And I'm just not a physically muscular guy, I'm thin. I'm fit. I'm strong I'm stronger than a normal person, but for a fighter, I wouldn't say that I'm a strong person, So those are the two major things that I work on. I work on my grappling and my strength building. Okay, now number 3 on the list. Now I might actually we're gonna end it after this. I might actually revamp this to put things in different order, but number 3 is money flow, in parentheses, immediate. So I spoke earlier about that I have a client who's trains 3 times a week. He gives me $250 a month. That's the most money that I make of anybody. I have another client who pays me $150 a month. He trains twice a week. I have a kid who was paying me $200 a month for 3 times a week, but when it was time for his dues this month, he said he didn't have it. He said, "Can I pay you later?" I said, and I actually needed the money because I was going to see my kids the next day or something, or 2 days after, so I had to get some food. I said, "Well, can you pay half?" And he said, "Oh, let me check my account." And then he thought about it and he said, "Oh shit, I don't even think I can do that." And I said, "All right, well, pay me when you can." And then he thought about it more and he said, "You know what, I can pay you." So he gave me $100. I had a $50 per hour lesson with a lady. She's older, but she likes to hit the pads. Um, so she was $50 a week, but then she started coming less and less, and then she'll deny it, but she got a flu shot, and she's showing symptoms of that, which is extreme pain in her spine and upper body. They call it myelitis. So she says, "Oh, it might be a slipped disc." Which why would she have a slipped disc? She's not an athlete. I mean, she hits the pads, but that's like stress reduction. She's not working out. She's not grappling. She's not a football player. You know, she doesn't have a slipped disc. She's one of these people that gets a flu shot every year, and just so happens, out of the blue, after she got her flu shot this year, a couple days later or whatever it was, a week later, all of a sudden she starts coming down with severe inflammation in her upper body. So, you know, she canceled training this week. The past couple of weeks, she missed like 1 or 2 out of the weeks out of the month. So, you know, I need to make more money than what I'm making now, because if you just go by what I just said, that's like what, $600 a month, if that. Now I'm not eating, so I don't need a lot of money, but I'm gonna have to start touring, so I'm gonna possibly have to pay mat fees to get on the mat and then challenge people to spar with me. So anyway, what I might do is I have like let's see, I have like $200 on my Cash App card. I might use that. I'm most likely going to use some of that to fix my bike up. So what I did was I took the chain off, because I don't want gears. I want to do a coaster brake where you kick the pedal back and it causes the back wheel to lock up. And you know, you could do like a skid out or something. It's like an old dirt bike. The frame is a mountain bike, and it has like a spring on the wheel, which I like. But I took the gears off, and I'm just gonna do one gear. It's gonna be kind of like a dirt bike, and then I'm gonna do Uber Eats delivery on my bike on my lunch break, just for a little extra money. So that's money flow, immediate money flow. That's number 3. Number 4 is weekly event. So that's me going on a free day that I have during the week, which I don't really have, but I could probably do it on Friday. I'll have to miss my local grappling class, which is at my gym here that I take with the grappling coach there. But I could do that, or I could do it on a Sunday. But a weekly event would be me at a new gym, either teaching a seminar about my new scoring system, or, you know, participating in their class, and then talking to the you know, management or the owners or the instructors or whatever, or the students, to try to get people on my next card, to build a list, right? So that's the weekly event. Monthly event number 5, that's the actual championship. Not up to that yet. Daily event number 6, that's this program right now. Raising awareness. My workouts, that also falls under daily event, but you know, that's more with the physical training. Number 2. Number 7 is instructional design. So this logo is a championship ring, but it has 8 holes where magic crystals go, and in each crystal is the spirit of a mythical beast, and each mythical beast has a book to teach something about mixed martial arts. So for example, the first one is the Bull Pegasus, that's fitness. The second one is the Land Shark, that's self-defense. The third one, which I'm up to right now, is the Living Phoenix, that's combos. Not just striking combos, but striking and grappling combos. So that's this is what I have to work on pretty much every day. And then 8 is music practice, which I have a guitar, and I also have GarageBand, so I'm working on that stuff. So, you know, I'm just going to keep on my mission, no matter what happens. because I just have hope that you know my mission is from God, and I just have to believe that God is all powerful and everything happens for a reason. And you know, there's evil in the world, and God's in charge of that too. For some reason, God made Bill Gates want to vaccinate everybody. Maybe to be exposed to that people will realize the fraud of it of germ theory. I mean, there's supposedly a golden age coming where people are going to be in tune with nature. So I just got to keep hope. And gosh, I hope I don't leave you guys on a bad note. But everything's not always peaches and cream, I guess. I have depression, anxiety, and schizophreniform. So, I believe that I'm the chosen one, and I'm gonna create the biggest money making brand ever, Master Luki brand, fitness and martial arts and nutrition. So that's what I'm gonna do, and if I'm able to do that, then you won't be able to say that I'm crazy because I made it happen. And as I become successful, I'm sure there's going to be people who criticizing me even on my success. So I just got to keep fighting every day. And look, if you need to fight for something, you need some strategical advice. I might be able to help you. I definitely could help you with any health questions that you have. And I'm gonna look more into this global reset, see if I can come up with some type of plan of action. I could use your help with my brand, Master Luki's League of Champions. I'm trying to get this thing going. So if you know people who are into MMA, or if you are into MMA and you want to help out in some way, please connect with me. And for any other reason, connect with me 24/7 on my website. It's called masterluki.com. Just click on where it says about, and then if you scroll down, all my information is there. Cell phone, email, social media. And I'll be back tomorrow night with more good news, right? Okay. Master Luki over and out.